familiar to me, Buzz. You know, I just keep thinking about the day the judge took Drew away from me when she was a baby. I can't let that happen to her. I mean, she can't lose custody of Max. They'd both be brokenhearted.
And things were going her way until she brought up Ben's name.
This has nothing to do with Ben, no matter what the judge says.
He is her father. He's not much of a role model for Max.
Whose side are you on, anyway?
Listen, you're still gonna be with Drew, okay? I mean, so what if Ben has done some bad stuff? He doesn't even live there with you guys, so... Now look, just don't worry, okay? Drew is not going to let him take you away just because some people are mad at Ben.
I don't know, Susan. She might have to.
I can fix this.
I don't even want to know what that means.
Forget about me, Ross. You know this is about Max. You know what'll happen if you recommend he's taken away. He goes back into the system and loses the only family he might ever have.
You say that you can fix this, Ben. How is that?
I know what I have to do.
This might come down to a choice, Drew.
What?
Max or your father?
How can I make that choice?
You know how much I want to adopt Max, but Ben is my father, okay? After all this time trying to find him, I'm supposed to just let him go?
That is exactly what you're going to do.
Okay, your message was a little vague, so I don't know. You've got to tell me, am I going to be the mother of the bride again?
What do you think, Mom?
I think you didn't tell Jim you wanted to get married.
No, I told him. I followed your advice, and I even gave him an ultimatum. I said, look here, Jim, it's either marriage or nothing. And when he said no, I stuck to my word and I walked out the door.
Oh, honey, I'm so sorry.
I'm a woman of conviction, that's for sure. You wanted to get me, huh? I threw away the best man to come into my life in years.
Oh, honey, maybe not.
No. Trust me, I doubt that I will ever hear from Jim LeMay again.
Oh, I'm sorry, honey. Will you pick that up for me?
Hi, Beth.
Colonel, you wished to speak with me about an urgent matter?
I understand Catherine Riva was in San Cristobal yesterday.
That's right. She has volunteered to be a part-time princess. She's willing to make public appearances, speeches, that sort of thing, and of course always returning home to her beloved husband, Joshua.
Your Highness, I'm sorry. I know Catherine has never really left your heart.
Until now, Dax, you know, for the first time since I met her, really, I don't wish to be with her. I'm tired of doggedly pursuing a woman who was never mine to begin with.
It pleases me to hear you say that, sir. If San Cristobal is to move into the future, we must let go of the past, which brings me into why I've asked you to join me here.
Dax, who are these women?
I brought them here for you, sir. And with any luck, one of them should turn out to be your new wife.
I think it's time I faced a few facts, and one of them is this. I'm alone in this relationship, and I have been for a long time.
No, you're not alone. Joshua, I love you.
Oh.
I could have stayed in San Cristobal with Richard, but I didn't. I came home. I'm home.
You are not home. You're standing here right in front of me, but you're not here. You're not home.
Look at it this way, Riva. You can do whatever you want now.
No, don't go. Joshua, please don't go. Please come back here. Joshua! This is all your fault.
this is my fault.
You stood there and you let me spill my guts about seeing Richard in San Cristobal and then knowing the whole time that Josh was in the other room. Why didn't you try to shut me up?
You wanted Josh to hear. You wanted me to hurt him.
Wait a second. Let's get something straight here. I'm not the one who spent a couple of romantic nights with one husband and then jumped on a plane to go chase another one, okay?
I'm not chasing anyone.
Oh, that's right. You went to San Cristobal to save me, to protect your little sister.
That is exactly why I went there.
Oh, from what? A fate worse than death? Marrying a handsome prince? Whew, now that's a scary thing.
This isn't funny.
No, it's not funny. You know why? Because the man that you claim to love more than anything in this world just turned his back on you and walked out the door. And the only thing you can think to do is to find someone to blame. I'm telling you, Reva, you better wake up. Let Richard go, because if you don't, you are going to lose Josh forever. You're going to lose everything.
His back is against the wall.
Look at her. Look what you did to her.
And any move he makes.
Not a word to Mother about you or Brooke. Not now, not ever.
Could be deadly.
You heard what the doctor said. Stress could kill her.
Now, what's a son to do?
Mother, I really need to talk to you.
The Bold and the Beautiful on CBS, the #1 daytime network.
How are you?
Good. Hello, Lillian.
Oh, Jim, it's so nice to see you.
You too.
I'm gonna go and make a phone call.
Excuse me?
So, a little lunch with your mother.
We had some things to talk about. And you?
I'm fine.
No, I mean, what are you doing here?
Oh, Josh called me, said he wanted to talk to me about something, so I came over.
Right. So how's that company going?
Good, I hope. We'll see. You know, it's so new.
Good.
Listen, about what you said before. Maybe you should. Yeah.
Could I? Yeah.
Why don't you go first?
Okay. The last time we saw each other, I gave you an ultimatum. I said that I needed a deeper commitment than just living together.
And I've been thinking a lot about what you said, Beth. I've been thinking a lot about our relationship.
You have.
Marriage is it's a big step,
Yeah,
Beth. I mean, there's a lot of things to think about.
Yes, there is. There is.
You know, I was going to call you.
Oh, I know that.
All right, you know, this isn't the best place to discuss this, because Josh is going to walk in any second, and I'm going to have to talk to him. So, how about if we meet at Towers tomorrow night, say 8:30? I can say what I have to say then.
Well, only if you want to.
I have to, Beth. We have a lot of things to discuss.
Great. Okay. Great. I'll see you there.
Okay, I'll see you.
Has he made a decision?
Oh, yes, he has made a decision. Yes.
I hate Ben Warren, but I care about Max and I care about Drew, and I just like I care about you. I want you all to be happy.
I'm sorry.
Forget about it.
You were worried about your daughter.
Yes, but honey, I don't know how I'd gotten through any of this without you.
Come on, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna work out.
I hope so. Just think about Drew. I mean, she spent such a long time putting this little family together, you know, and I don't know what she'd do if she lost it. I don't know what she'd do if she lost Max.
I'm not going to kick you out of my life, no matter what the court says.
Then you're going to have to say goodbye to Max, because the judge will not allow the adoption as long as I'm in the picture.
No, I don't believe that, okay? Because no good judge is going to force me to split up my family.
Drew, how long have I been around? 4 weeks? 6 weeks tops?
That doesn't matter. Ben, you're my father.
And what does that mean? Really?
I spent a night in bed with Selena years ago.
Hey, come on, watch
You
yourself.
stay out of this. Now, I warned you you'd get into trouble if you would hang around me, but you insisted upon trying to save my soul. Some kind of goodness I guess you thought was buried inside. I don't know.
There is. I've seen it.
I tried to ease myself out of your life, but obviously that isn't working, is it? I don't want to play this game anymore, Drew. I mean, what are we talking about? I'm not a father. I can't be your father. You complicate my life. I complicate yours. I have a very good thing going with Carmen, and I'm not going to blow that.
You care about me too. You told me.
I say lots of things, Drew, but I'm practical. So don't worry about choosing between me and Max, because I'm choosing. Choosing my life over someone I barely know.
You son. Oh, no, let him go. I'm going to talk to him.
I fixed it.
I finally blew it with this marriage issue, Mom. Blew it.
Did he say that?
No, he didn't say anything.
Well, what are you talking about?
Well, he wants to have dinner tomorrow night at Towers.
Dinner at Towers. That sounds good.
No, I know what you're saying. Yes, his words were saying, let's do dinner, but his tone was saying, abandon all hope, the end is near.
Honey, you're just imagining it.
Best man to come into my life since Philip, and we just shoved him out the door, didn't we, Mom?
So now this is my fault.
Well, you know, if you hadn't given me that pep talk, then I wouldn't have gone over there passing out ultimatums.
And then you would have been unhappy and unsatisfied. All I said to you was that you've got to ask for what you want in your life instead of always settling.
Well, maybe I would rather settle than have nothing, like you. Okay.
I don't believe that for a minute. Neither do you, honey. I don't know what happened to all that confidence you had the other night.
I'm sorry. I mean, Jim wasn't going to marry me anyhow. You know that. You know, I had that happiness once with Philip, and I'm not going to have that again. Doesn't matter.
Sweetie, you will. Baby, you're just this wonderful woman. Jim sees that. Your only problem, Beth, is that you don't trust yourself and you don't trust Jim.
Mom, why should I trust myself? I mean, look at me. I am a woman that makes one bad choice after another. I mean, I wouldn't have lost Philip if I didn't. And now, I've blown it with the one man that would accept me, baggage and all. What does that sound like to you, Mom?
That sounds like a husband.
One more thing, I'm going to need you to sit in on an investors meeting with Billy for me tomorrow night. I have some personal things I have to take care of.
Tomorrow night?
Yeah.
I don't know, Josh. That's not going to be too good for me. I just planned this other meeting.
Well, plans can be changed, right? These investors are only going to be here one night. Now, do you want in on this company or do you not?
Come on, man. You know I want in on this. I mean, I walked out of Spalding to be with you. Don't talk to me like that.
I'm sorry, it's been a rough night.
I guess so.
If you can't make it, that's fine. I'll just figure something else out.
No, you know what? I'm part of the company. If I'm supposed to be there, I'll be there.
I don't want you to give up something special.
Well, I was going to have dinner with Beth.
Well, is it some special occasion, or is it?
Sort of. Listen, let me ask you a question. And I hope you don't mind, but it has to do with relationships and stuff like that.
You want to talk to me about relationships?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I? You and Reba, the experts. I mean, got this happily ever after thing nailed.
Let me tell you something right now. I'm the last guy in the world you want to talk to about living happily ever after.
Olivia?
I had no idea that you were still in San Cristobal.
Yes, it's my last thrilling day in San Cristobal, actually. Philip is off looking for that microchip plant location, and I've done my third tour of this palace.
It's so good to see you.
You too. What are you doing here?
Well, I came to see Richard.
Oh, of course you did. It's you, isn't it? It's you.
What?
The mystery bride, the princess, his new princess. It's you, isn't it? This is what you always wanted. He finally came around.
No, Carly, no, it's not. It's not, all right? It's not me. I'm not the one. He turned me down flat.
Do you truly expect me to take a bride from among these perfect strangers?
It's done this way in royal families all the time.
Thanks. Who are they?
Loyal subjects, courtiers from respected old Christabellian families. Each one of them could marry you, unencumbered by emotions which might get in the way of your business of running the country.
Unencumbered by emotions. How romantic.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Your Highness, but this isn't about romance. It's about saving your country.
Hello, ladies. I'm afraid there's been an awful mistake made. I won't be conducting any interviews this afternoon, and, well, I won't be conducting any interviews at all. But if you'd like to stay in the palace, Colonel Dax has graciously volunteered to give you all a personally guided tour of the palace. A very extensive and thorough personal guided tour of the palace. N'est-ce pas, Colonel Dax?
Yes, sir. If you ladies will go right upstairs, I'll meet you there in a few moments. Please. Right at the top of the stairs. Thank you. I'll be up shortly. Your Highness, please don't be too hasty.
And what are these?
Letters from your supporters.
Oh, concerning what?
Who hope that you've chosen the right bride? After all, she will be their princess.
Really? And what's the consensus, Dax? Any picks?
Yes, there is. The people are hoping it's Cassie Lane.
It's over with Richard. There is nothing between us anymore.
Okay, well, you've said that 1,000 times. Why should I believe you now?
Because for the first time, Richard said the same thing.
Richard said it was over?
Yeah, he's finally given up, thank God. My trip down there was the final goodbye.
Well, that must have been very painful for you to see him again.
Yeah, it was.
Eva, look at yourself. You can't make up your mind whether you're more upset because Josh walked out or because Richard walked away.
That's not true.
Yes, it is, Reva. I can hear the pain in your voice. You didn't want Richard to let you go. You didn't. That's why you made up an excuse to go down there. That's why you keep messing things up with Josh.
The feelings that I used to have for Richard have caused me nothing but pain. What I am trying to do is rebuild my marriage.
Then why did you go down there? Why didn't you pick up the phone and call him?
Because I had to go.
You know what you sound like? You sound like an addict. You can't let go of him. You can't. You're hooked. You're hooked. You're addicted to him loving you.
Well, you have all the answers, don't you? Well, maybe you should turn that mirror back on yourself because I see things too. I saw the look on your face when I told you what Richard said to me. You tried to hide it. But when I told you that Richard was over me, a part of you couldn't help but smile. If I smiled, that's because I'm happy that you want to save your marriage. No, Cassie. You smiled because you want Richard all to yourself, and you have from the moment you met him.
Why are you so sure it's not going to work out?
I don't want to talk about this anymore, okay?
Look, Drew is not going to let go of you. Okay, she's not going to give up.
All right, look, you don't understand, okay? I know that your life hasn't been so smooth, but things always work out for you.
And things are going to work out for you, too. Look how many people are fighting for you, Max.
Yeah, maybe, but you heard what was going on in here. The only way that Drew's gonna hang on to me is if she gets rid of Ben.
Then that's what she'll do.
I know that Drew cares about me, but when it comes down to it, Ben's her father. He's blood. What am I? I'm nothing. I'm not even a real brother.
Stop. Drew loves you. Okay, oh, look at all she's gone through just to adopt you. She's changed your whole life around. Look, and if the judge suddenly, for some unknown reason, thinks that she shouldn't adopt you, she'll try again. She'll try again, Max. I know she will.
How do you always have so much confidence that things will work out for me?
Well, somebody's got to. I mean, that's what friends are for.
There she is. Oh, baby. What's the matter? Tell me.
Ben had a little chat with... Oh, what'd he say?
He doesn't want me in his life anymore.
No, what?
He said that he never wanted to be a father in the first place. And that I'm causing too many problems for him.
He can't do that.
No, Mom, please, leave it alone. Leave it alone. This is what he wants. So, I can't beg him to love me.
Drew, and the hearing is about to resume.
Mr. Marler, are you prepared to give your recommendation to the court?
I am, Your Honor.
Shall we wait for Mr. Warren?
Ready to proceed, Your Honor.
Go ahead, Mr. Marler.
Your Honor, as the court-appointed representative of Max Nickerson, it is my duty to find the safest, most stable home possible. Now, it's always been my opinion that the best home for any child is the home with the most love. And since Ms. Jacobs seemingly has an unlimited supply of that, I strongly recommend that Max Nickerson be placed in her custody.
Yes, but Mr. Marler, once again, you have neglected to address the issues Michelle Santos has raised about Miss Jacobs' father, Ben Warren.
Your Honor, Mr. Warren has frequently proven himself to be a man of poor judgment and questionable morals.
Then how can you recommend that a minor be placed within his sphere of influence?
Your Honor, a year ago at this time, Drew Jacobs was indeed lonely. Her parents, the parents who raised her, had passed away. She had no siblings. At this point in time, she started a search for her biological mother. And it was during this search that she found Max Nickerson and took him in as her brother. She also found her birth parents, Selena Davis and Ben Warren. And through the strength of her love, she turned this disparate group of individuals into a family. And with the strength of her love, she touched all of their hearts. And that includes her father.
What led you to this conclusion, Mr. Marler?
Well, a few minutes ago, I saw a man who cared so deeply for his daughter that he was willing to walk out of her life so that she could win this case and preserve the family that she had created. However, It is an undeniable fact of life that Mr. Warren is a part of that family, too. And it is my opinion that this court would be making a grievous mistake if it forced Ms. Jacobs to choose between the brother she loves and the father she has recently found. Therefore, I strongly recommend that Drew Jacobs be given permanent custody of Max Nickerson.
Thank you, Mr. Marler. Mr. Warren, would you like to make a closing statement?
No, I have nothing to add.
Very well. Then if there's nothing else, I will make my ruling.
Okay, let me get this straight. Jim forgave you for flying to San Cristobal, accusing him of marrying another woman and fighting with his daughter, but he won't forgive you for telling him what you want in your relationship. Is that what you're saying, honey?
Mom, I'm saying that I backed him into a corner.
Yeah, but he loves you. I mean, so he's a little uncomfortable. So you made him think about things he hasn't wanted to think about. Big deal. If he has loved you up till now, he's going to keep loving you.
Okay, then why was he so serious when he asked me out to dinner?
Don't you think it's obvious, honey? Tomorrow night at Towers, Jim is going to ask you to marry him.
Come on, man. What are you talking about? Look at all the obstacles you guys have overcome in the past few years. Look at what you've overcome in the past few months.
I don't want to look at them. Living through them was plenty, thank you.
I'm sure you guys will be fine in the morning. You're indestructible.
You know, people talk about me and Reva like we're statues in a park or something. Josh and Reva, the greatest romance there ever was. You want to know the truth? We're just a couple of people who have spent our entire lives either chasing each other or running away from each other. Breaking up, getting back together, that's what we do. People have this fantasy about who we are and what our relationship is like, but that's all it is. It's just a fantasy. I'm not a hero. I'm just a guy who's tired of fighting all the time. Tired of the whole thing.
You want Richard to love you, don't you?
No, I don't.
Tell me you don't dream about him. Tell me you don't think about him. About the life he could give you.
I haven't.
Because I'm not the only one making excuses and reasons to be close to him, Kathy. You were the one that hopped on his plane. You were the one that gave him your shoulder to cry on when I left him. You couldn't wait to just slide in there right next to him when I was gone. Even when your so-called love of your life was barely cold in the ground.
How dare you?
Well, how dare you? Accuse me of throwing away my marriage and my kids. You know something? In the spirit of sisterly sharing, why don't you at least tell the truth? You have feelings for Richard, too.
You want me to take Cassie as the new princess, and this was your little scheme to do that.
I didn't write those letters, sir.
Perhaps not. But I'm sure you spread the word about Cassie diffusing that angry mob last week. I'm sure by now half the country thinks that she's Mother Teresa herself.
If I told the people, it was only to allay their fears.
Colonel, I will not be bullied into taking a bride.
But why not Cassie? You know her. And yet, she doesn't come with the emotional attachments that Olivia and Reva carry. They carry it with themselves. And the people are sold on her.
Cassie is Reva's sister. And besides, even if I did ask her, she wouldn't accept.
She might. And the relation of the ever-popular Princess Catherine is a plus.
Why would she do it, Dax? Why?
She has financial problems. Marrying into royalty would solve them.
She wouldn't accept a check from me. What makes you think she'll volunteer to let me take care of her?
That was a handout. No, this would give her the integrity that she wants. And she'd have a job to do. She'd have responsibilities to handle. She'd be helping you as much as you'd be helping her.
No, I can't.
You must. Your time is running out. At least speak to the woman. See what she has to say. Your country needs her.
You can believe what you want, Reva, but you know what? As for the so-called love of my life barely being cold in the ground, I will never forget that you said that. Never.
Cassie, I'm sorry.
You're sorry? You're always sorry. You've been doing this way too much. You say things, you insult me, and then you apologize, and it's supposed to be okay, but it's not okay. You know, I was the one that wanted to help you, okay? I'm the one that was trying to give you the benefit of the doubt. I knew that something was going on. I knew that you were confused.
I was out of line.
Yeah, you're out of control, Reva. That's what you are. You're out of control. You know, I spent my entire life without a sister, and when I found you, man, everything changed. Everything changed. But you know what? I don't know who you are anymore. And I don't want to know who you are. So you know what? Go home. Go home, because you are not welcome here anymore.
Often in cases such as these, the participants argue so much they forget why we're really here. And that is to find a happy home for a boy who desperately needs one. But I don't think that's true in this case. Max, take a look around this room. Every single person in here cares about you a great deal. And I think they've proved they are willing to give you all the love that you deserve. So, despite the reservations that I might have about Mr. Warren's character, it is with confidence that I grant Miss Jacobs all legal and custodial rights as guardian of Max Nickerson. Congratulations.
I thought I was going to lose you.
No, never, never.
Congratulations,
Mama.
Ben, I want to talk to you.
Nice speech, Ross.
All I did was tell the truth. You did a good thing. You don't have to run from it.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice try. You can't get away that easily.
I almost believed you.
Almost?
Yeah. I knew it. You do want to be my father, right? You were just going to walk away so that I could keep Max.
Nothing has changed. Who do you think I am?
I know who you are. And I don't want you to leave.
I can't make any promises to you. You know, I cannot pretend to be like other people, you know.
I know.
I'm still going to do things you don't like. You're going to have to defend me probably half your life.
Well, I know. But I think I love you. want you in my life. Maybe you won't change. Maybe you will. Maybe you already have.
Maybe. So, now what?
I'm throwing a party for Max at the Towers. He's welcoming you to the family. Yeah.
It'd be nice. You'd have a good time.
Well, you're gonna come, right? You're part of the family. Papa?
Thank you. Call me. I'm on my way out, but I'll see you tomorrow night.
Actually, I was just going to come over and tell you, Josh just dropped this meeting on me tomorrow night that I have to go to, so it's not gonna happen for us tomorrow night.
Oh.
But I still want to talk to you.
Sure. Whenever.
Okay, are you sure you're going to be okay with this?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, tomorrow night was looking a little crowded for me anyhow, so this makes things a lot easier.
Oh, good. Good. Well, I'll call you to reschedule.
Okay. Bye.
Olivia, I have to go meet Philip at the hotel, but I hate to leave you like this.
No, Harley, really. I'm gonna be okay.
Why don't you come back to Springfield with us? There's plenty of room on Philip's plane.
I don't know.
Why not? Really, why not? Think about it. I mean, you have to start over somewhere, right? Why don't you start over someplace where you have at least one friend?
Okay. And thank you for everything.
No, forget about it. Just get all your stuff together and I'll meet you at the airport in a couple of hours.
Okay, I'll do that. Goodbye, Richard.
San Cristobal deserves a new princess. That is their choice. I believe Cassie Lane will make an excellent princess. She understands the needs of the people, etc., etc., etc.
Well,
all right, Colonel. I'll talk to her. But no promises and no proposals. I'll merely feel her out at a certain arrangement and see how she acts.
And if she should consider marriage?
Well, then I suppose I'll have to consider it as well.
Excellent, Your Highness. I'll have them prepare the jet so you can fly to Springfield immediately.
Princess Cassie.
Earl, it's Cassie Lane. Yeah, I'm feeling better. So, I think I'm gonna come in. I'm gonna dance tonight. Yeah, I know. See you later.